Welcome to the Professional Edge. My name's Todd, tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner. We're talking about making small moves to get big results. When we're talking about small moves, there is no magic bullet to get everything taken care of and put in place. So a small move might also be that you start this business, change your hobby to a business. Now there's some legal qualifications to do that, but then on the front side of your 1040 tax return, you can actually show a negative. It is not required that you show a profit each and every year to have a valid business. And therefore, if you have this loss, let's say you generate a $5,000 loss in the first year of the operation of your business, then it's okay because that $5,000 is going to reduce down your W-2, and given a 20% marginal rate, just for discussion purposes, that right there would save you $1,000 in income tax. So saving $1,000 this year, if you do that for 5 years, that's $5,000 of tax savings. Those are real dollars. Those are real value of working with a tax attorney / CPA. And to begin that conversation on how making some additional small moves to help you get big results, give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. I'm on a remote location recording this. That's why you have some background music. There's music playing. There's some people cleaning the floor, and I apologize for that. But hey, that's the mode we're in today. We're working remotely from different areas around the country. We've seen cats in the YouTube, not the YouTube videos, we all see those, but in our Zoom calls and things such as that, we have just all pivoted to change what's going on to continue to transact business. So again, back to small moves to get big results. So we have this small move. Let's think about this. A small move to get a big result. A small move is to have your estate plan done. So when you don't have your estate plan done, then by operation of law, there's some defaults. We have some beneficiary designations on accounts, such as IRAs, 401ks. That would be the controlling legal interest there. It would be controlled by contract. Then the other part of the assets would then be controlled by the law of descent and distribution. You as a family member, husband, wife, kids, you may assume that if you don't have a last will and testament, the law of descent and distribution gives your surviving spouse all of your estate. Well, you're incorrect in your assumption, because the law of descent and distribution will give your surviving spouse 50% of your estate, but then the remaining 50% is going to be divided equally between your surviving spouse and the number of children that you have in equal shares. So we can't guarantee that that surviving spouse is going to have enough resources to be able to operate efficiently. That's number one. But number two, then, we have to worry about when that minor child becomes the age of majority, and at age 18, they receive the entire amount of what is held in trust for them. There are no restrictions that these are to be held in a trust until age 30 to be used productively for the college expenses. So again, a small move to get a big result. A small move is to get your estate plan done. Best place to start that is to go to emcadvisors.com. That is Echo Mary Charlie Advisors.com. On the right hand side, you'll see the big, basically there's two red icons. One is a big retirement risk or capital at risk, and then the other one is your ultimate estate planning guide. With that guide, it identifies things that you need to be concerned about, because again, this small move to get a big result is getting your estate plan done. And that would be a big result to get that in place. Because with that, then you would assure that your surviving spouse would receive all of the estate, not having to be split with your children. That's number one. Number two, then we would also know who would be the guardian of the children if something happened to both husband and wife on date night and we both didn't come home. Then they're going to be taken care of as well. The other thing that we can do inside this estate planning document is to provide for a trust for the minor children. So that way, if something happens to both mom and dad, we can place this in trust. We can use it for their health, their education, their maintenance, their support. But they are not going to be able to squander it at age 18, get a fast Mustang. I just saw a brief showing of the electric Mustang. Someone put across the banner, "This is a screamer. This is a game changer." So again, how does that dynamic work for an 18-year-old? Because they would have unfettered access to all those funds. And guess what? If they wanted the new electric powerful Corvette, there's no one stopping them because you didn't put your plan in place. So again, this is a small move to get a big result. It's pretty simple. We have a conversation. We've been doing these on a Zoom call, the information session. It's simple. Sit in your living room. We walk through some questions and answers and get a better understanding of what you're trying to accomplish. Given my 2,500 plus estate plans that I've drafted during my 20 plus career as a tax attorney, we then formulate that estate plan and then we draft it. We then formally get to meet, shake hands or bump shoulders or bump elbows, whatever you want to do, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And then that way we can execute that document and get that estate plan in place. Again, it's a small move. It's simple. It's straightforward. It doesn't mean that death is on the next door or next day on the calendar when you sign your estate plan. But this small move, getting your estate plan in place, has big results. And again, the other certain document that you wouldn't want to have is a financial power of attorney. Things happen. You might be involved in an automobile accident, or you might even be an older listener here on the Professional Edge, and time to time, your memory's not what it used to be. Well, make it easy. Make it real simple. Get a financial power of attorney drafted now. It's a small move. It's 6 pages. And get that drafted, put in place, and now the big result is if something transpires and you lose your mental capacity, then the agent that you appoint steps in automatically to protect your financial interest. There is no guardianship, there is no lawyer, there is no filing at the probate court. So it's just a lot easier, and again, that's a big result. Small move. It's 6 pages. Get it done. That's my challenge to our listeners here on the Professional is just get your estate plan done, because this small move generates big results. I've seen it. I've experienced it. My clients have experienced it. So here's another small move gets a big result. I'm sure that a lot of you believe that attorneys are overcharged. They get excessive fees. And one of the areas of excessive fees, I think, is in the probate court process. It goes back 200 plus years. So why are we still using a system 200 years old? Well, with the last will and testament, you sure are. That's what the whole probate court process is based on, is the laws with regard to a decedent and the distribution of their property. So let's move up. Let's go one small move. Let's generate and use an estate planning document called a revocable living trust. We then implement that trust. The same plan of distribution could be in your trust as it is in a will. But here's the advantage, that big result. Number one, all your affairs are private. That means when you pass away, no one is going to know exactly what you passed away with. Your nosy neighbor can't go down to the probate court and pull your last will and testament to find out what exactly you owned and to whom it's to go to. There's number one. So it's 100% private. There is no probate of your estate. So therefore, you don't have this 9-month to 2-year delay in probating your estate. That's the other great thing that we have going on. Then number three, if there's property outside of your domicile state, meaning real property, then When it's inside that trust, then we avoid the ancillary probate. Again, we don't have to have a probate lawyer in the outside domiciliary state. So therefore, you avoid ancillary probate. You avoid paying that attorney in that outside state. So again, this is a small move which has a big result. And again, to start that conversation, if you like what you're hearing on the Professional Edge, give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. What's the other advantage of a revocable living trust? Well, number one, there's a little bit of work up front, but if you work with the right attorney, being myself included in that bunch, then the titling of the assets need to be placed in the name of that trust, and we take care of that for our clients. And again, clients come in and they say, yep, I got a will, I got a trust, and I say, okay, just bring in the documents. They said, no, I got them done. I said, just bring it in, humor me. And when they bring it in, they still have the title to their brokerage account, their home, their property in their individual name. Well, that tells me the attorney really didn't fully explain what was going on, and therefore they're going to fund that trust via the probate court process. They're going to have to probate the will, and there's no one to ask, because when the person passes away, we can't ask them what their expectation was. Well, a lot of people's expectations is that they want to avoid the probate court process and not having the assets titled into that revocable living trust. You are not going to avoid the probate court process. It's going to be controlled by the power of will, and therefore what you thought you had in place is not actually correct. So again, a small move, let's say you do have the documents, you do have a trust, it's exactly the way you want it. Well, then the small move is to get these things retitled into the name of the trust. And have we helped our clients do that? Absolutely, because we're trying to get clients in the best position possible. So again, making the small move, we fund their trust, and that way the big result is they're going to avoid the probate court process. They actually got what they paid the prior counsel to accomplish. Where they failed, it's okay. We just come in, we clean it up, and move forward from there. And if there's some changes that need to be made for, let's say, decision makers or guardianship or even plan of distribution, then we just do a trust amendment and attach that to that trust and go from there. So again, these are small moves which make big results. I appreciate you tuning in to the Professional Edge. Again, small moves make big results. If you want some additional information or have a personal conversation that's always confidential, give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. My name's Todd, tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner, host here on the Professional Edge. Take care and have a great week.
With today's financial markets, are you getting the personal and professional attention you and your money deserve? Clients of estate management counselors benefit from having one set of professionals advise them on their tax, estate planning, and investment advice. We call that the Professional Edge. Todd is a tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner. With over 15 years' experience, he welcomes the opportunity to assist you in preparing for retirement, implement effective tax planning strategies, and to help you properly plan your estate. His radio show, The Professional Edge, is aired weekly on Sundays at 9 a.m. If you're interested in meeting with call his office at 877-654-9798. That's 877-654-9798. Do you want to feel more confident about making the right investment, tax, and estate planning decisions? Today, these decisions are more complex than ever. Have you thought about working with a professional advisor and not sure who to turn to? Not sure what qualifies one to be an advisor? Todd is more than qualified as a tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner. Is with Estate Management Counselors. Estate Management Counselors operates as an independent fee-only investment advisory firm. They're dedicated to gaining a personal understanding of their their clients' objectives and implementing professional counsel and advice to achieve those objectives. So take a second to talk with Todd to learn how you can benefit from their multidisciplinary practice where they coordinate their clients' legal, tax, and investment strategies into one comprehensive and integrated plan to enhance and protect their clients' financial security. You can reach estate management counselors and speak with Todd by calling 1-877-654-9798. That's 1-877-654-9798.